Ingrid van Rossum. I'm a true entrepreneur. I'm 55 years old, and I'm the mother of 3 sons, of 23, of 20, and 16. And I'd like to share with you my personal ideas, my vision, but also share with you the ambition that we do have to change the face of education. I'd like to share with you some personal stories. Let's start with that. My educational life started when I was 11, and it really was a true, very positive experience for me from my 11th till my 18th. I was sent to a very experimental school which was really set up by visionary teachers. And they really created a new school with open spaces, everybody together. It was coaching, and it was coaching in languages. I had a wonderful time. I really enjoyed the learning, and it was a prestigious school as well. So it was also tough it was really high quality as well. And what happened there was a lot of interaction between me and peers, but also between me and the teachers, with all the peers. So that was a positive experience. My other experience, by the way, was a really negative experience, which was when I entered university. I went to university in Amsterdam, and it felt like a factory. I was a number. I felt caged. I really did not have any room to maneuver. This was the content that you have to go through. This was the form you had to do. There was really no real interaction between you as a student and the teachers. So that really did not fit. I really had to step out of that arena to really create my own learnings. So that was outside of the classroom. What I learned actually from both the experiences really sort of saved my life. It's a strong word, but I think it's true. Because what happened when I was 22, I was diagnosed with cancer. And that was a shock, of course. And then what to do, how to overcome that in early age. And what I intentionally did was going back to what I learned from the positive experience at the school. I really created a collaboration between myself and the medical team at the hospital. And they embraced my initiative, so we really collaborated. They took me seriously. I knew what I had to do myself, and they guided me in the medical system. So in the 2 years, they really guided me to success, and here I am. So that's an important lesson. Actually, what life taught me then, really also I proved also in my business life. So what happened in my business life? I had the same experiences. I had a really, truly, very positive experience when I worked with KLM Cargo. There was a really visionary teacher, a visionary leader, a really inspiring guy. And he did set up a mixed team. He really wanted younger and older people. He wanted men and women. So we started off with building a high-performance team, and we had a tough goal because he really wanted to change the cargo world. So he nurtured us, and we got our talents, and what we did, we worked very hard, so the business was tough, but we also enjoyed life. We enjoyed life a lot also over there. And what happened, we grew as persons, we grew as a team, but we also grew the business. It really was sexy over there, so it really was good. On the other end, I also encountered in my professional life really situations which were really driven by traditional management by fear, management by old rules, mistrust. So it was really creating a sort of fixed feeling, no room to maneuver, really no freezing, actually no growth of the people. What I learned also then out of those 2 experiences, and if I step back, what I do think now is that there are only 2 drivers in the world. One is what I called situations based on the energy of love, which really create passion. They really create movement. It's growth, it's success, and it's fun. On the other hand, you have situations based on fear, where the energy of fear is ruling and is really freezing people. It causes stress and it causes a lot of pain. So those are the key drivers. And it brought me to my mission, which is creating what I call labs of love, where we really invite people to dare, to share, and to care. I really want all the students to dare to take up their own journey, to go for their passion. I'd love everybody to care like the nurses did with me in the hospital. And I really want them to share, because in sharing, that's where the value is. With sharing, you create the energy of love, and you can encounter the things of fear and stress and loneliness. So, what does this all have to do with education? I'd like to share with you one achievement that we're doing in education, and it's called Team Academy. So we apply all those rules in Team Academy. And Team Academy is a school for entrepreneurship, really developing them as entrepreneurs with skills, but also being an entrepreneur and taking control of yourself and develop leadership in a very innovative way. How do we do that? Well, we ask the students to come up and work in a team, and they work and learn in a team, and they're guided by a coach throughout 4 years of their career, or 4 years of their educational system. And what do we mean with guiding? Because they're guiding through the process, but what we truly believe in is that the students take control on their own learning. They have to self-organize their learning in our system. So we ask them to set up their own company, we ask them to earn money, and we ask them and we offer them a lot of challenges. And they themselves, as a team, organize their way through their educational system. So, and we call that, and I'm really, I'm happy that it's stated over here. Besides, it should be a Z instead of an S. I couldn't change that anymore. But I call that guided, self-organized learning. So it's self-organized by the students, but we guide them. I think that's an important thing. And we guide them. What do we mean we guide them? We guide them throughout, and we do celebrate with them when they have success. And we also support them when they feel failures or make the mistakes. And we share with them then what that means. Let me talk a little bit about Team Academy and how it's set up. Actually, we started 7 years ago with a couple of entrepreneurs. I'm coming from the corporate life, but I wanted to change the education. And I was really surprised when I was one time in Finland, and I was at TEDxAmsterdamED in Finland, and there was already this educational system. It already exists there for 25 years. And we took up the challenge as a couple of entrepreneurs. We thought we bring this initiative to the Netherlands. We wanted this also to be stuck in or to have a place in the Dutch system. And we started, and we developed it. We started based on the Finnish system. Jointly with us, there was also a lab starting in Spain. And I'm very happy to say that after now 7 years, there are a lot of labs throughout the world in which the students get the same education. Currently, there's a team of us with other teams over the world in San Francisco, enjoying new startups, and there's another team in China, in Shanghai, learning what it is to do social entrepreneurship and developing China. And they work with all the students throughout the world. Partly, they have to have those experiences, encounter people. That's part of the educational system. And actually, truly, I didn't know when I was going to speech here, but I'm truly very honored to say that last March 9, so that's only 2 weeks ago, we got a positive advice from the government for a Bachelor of Entrepreneurship. So that's, I think, so after 5 years of hard work, and we put in a lot of money ourselves, but we had some wonderful students who really worked with us in this whole journey. So that's, I think, a great achievement. And we're so happy that we can now offer in the Netherlands a Bachelor of Entrepreneurship, and not only building the skills, but also the leadership of the people. So we're proud to do that. So I can talk for ages on Team Academy. I won't do that, but I'd invite you to come and visit us, and then you can meet our students. And we call them team entrepreneurs. So be invited. I'm not ready yet. I still have 3 minutes. I want to share with you, so I saw a sort of crash course in what I think, if you really want to step and build those labs of love or build those initiatives, I'd like to share with you my key 3 takeouts. One is create labs of love. And what do I mean with create labs of love? Those are initiatives where students can explore and where they can experiment, where they are curious. And there are really playgrounds, like traditional playgrounds. And of course, there are boundaries and there are rules. But the focus is on playing together, on experiment and learning together. Then the next one is really be student-centered. What we learned with all those students, that students, if you really take them seriously, they take up ownership of their own learning. They do so, if you take them seriously. And we are there to support them, to create learning experiences, to guide them, to support them with team learning, but they will take up that road, and that's actually what it's all about. Then the third lesson, I think, is move away from being caged. On the other end, you all will encounter successes and failures. So what would it be if you really have a safe place where you invite people and where you invite the students to make mistakes, to feel free to fail, because that's where you learn from. And if you encounter those things, you really, well, that's the lessons of love, I think. Let me close off. I still have 1 minute. Let me close off with my 2 lessons for you. And I think we all have very powerful tools. And what I also encounter a lot, we all have our bullshit detector over here. So we all have it. We know deeply inside what's good for us and what's not. We do know, if you really feel what you have to do, what decisions to take, what's good for you, and also what to do and what not to do. So develop that bullshit detector and let it guide you in your decisions. I think that's a very important one. Then the last tip I can give you, because it's also, you encounter all those things. If you really, really you don't know what to do. Don't go into action sometimes, but take a step back and really enjoy the power of silence. Because what's happening in silence, basically your head is a little bit disconnected and your heart will tell you what to do. My mission is that the heart will follow my decisions, and I will develop more labs of love, and I want to invite you to join that ride. That ride, yes. Thank you very much.